Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, cybernetic beings sent back from the future to save and or kill Sarah and or John Connor or Danny Ramos. Those that don't tick any of the boxes above. Welcome to Life Lessons with Crazy Uncle Dick. The following episode is recorded by an adult using adult language. If you don't like explicatives and invectives, you might want to pass on this episode. Thank you in advance.
Okay. It's been a few days. Life happens, and life is not always pretty. It's spring. It is time for healing. It is time for mending. It is time for growth. It is time to once again rise up and be greater than we were before. Summer is when we are blazing with life and we are giving everything our all. Autumn is as we are starting to wear thin, slow down. Winters when we're storing up energy to begin the cycle all over again, and then spring bursts forth, and we've got all this energy for healing and for growth that we've stored up over the winter. There's a lot of people in my circles that are hurting right now for various reasons. I wish I had the words to soothe, some salve to heal the hearts and the souls and the minds of those that are hurting around me. Sadly, I don't. All I have is the love of my friendship, a shoulder, an ear. If they're texting, an eye. I wish I could do more. Not just physically, emotionally, I wish I were capable of being able to help and fix what's going wrong with the fine folks and fiends I surround myself with. But I don't. I live by one principle. Do what I can when I can to make the world better. Do I always succeed? No. Are there times where I lapse and I rail and I rant and I rave and I throw a tantrum like a teenager that isn't allowed to use daddy's car for the big date? Yeah. But I try to be better. We need to be the change that we want to see in the world. We need to stop resting on our laurels and go, the next guy will get it. The next gal will get it. The next being will get it. They're not. We need to step the fuck up. If you think the world should be a certain way, you should go out there, use your voice, and do what you can to mold the world in the image that you think it should be in. That's part of what this is. And while I am working on writing and filming and things like this, my other things that will be going on this channel, my actual demos and training and things of that nature. I'm doing this. These random one-off sit here and ramble and philosophize and talk the world. And that's what this is. I have a lot of random, stupid trivia and knowledge stuck in my brain. And what better way to change the world than to go ahead and help educate? Because we can't do anything from a stance of ignorance. We can't do anything from sitting blind and just reacting. And too many folks on both sides of the aisle. I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off right here by getting a little political, but fuck them. The extreme right and the extreme left are both dumbasses. They take things too far and they go and they refuse to listen, which forces the other side to go farther the other way, to get away, to counterpoint what they are doing. The folks on the left who refuse to listen to those on the right are just as bad as those who are on the right who refuse to talk to those on the left. And with the way everything is, I might have just got that backwards. But anyways, people on either side of the aisle are just driving each other further away. There needs to be those folks in the center saying, hey, this is a good idea from over here. This is a good idea from over here, and try to pull people back in. Now, there are some people that go, well, you're a centrist. That means that, I need to give up X for Y. No. It means you need to listen. You need to converse. You need to have conversations. Well, the only way we're going to fix XYZ is to riot and to do violence and blah, blah, blah. And that goes on both sides of the aisle. Do not think that I'm just talking about Antifa or the people that are the QAnon shit. People on both sides of the aisle are doing this shit. They are reacting in a violent manner instead of sitting down and talking. And they're right. Talking is taking too long because nobody is refusing to budge. So you pick a different topic. Wait, what? You pick a different topic. Okay, I can't win on this. Let's talk about this. Maybe we can win on this. And we also need to stop thinking about it as winning and losing. The only way we win, is when we come back together as a single people, the human race, and we stop letting those at the top divide us down below. They don't understand that they're eroding the foundation that they're built on. When we finally snap and when we finally break and when we finally cave, and we will, it may not be in my lifetime, it may not be in my child's lifetime, it might not be in my grandchildren's lifetime. But we'll break, we'll crumble, we'll fall, unless someone fixes the foundation. Up at the top, they're working to drive the foundation apart. The foundation's you and me and him and her and them. And by them, I'm meaning the gender neutral, Um, if you want to say that, there is no such thing as gender neutral and stuff like that, um, I'll fight you on that. If you try to say that trans folks have no right to live, I will fight you on that. I have too many people in my life that fall into that category for me to walk away. That is a hill I will die on, and I will take as many motherfuckers with me as possible. Metaphorically, I'm not thinking to actually do physical harm to folks, except the defense of myself and my loved ones. But still, there's stands that you have to take. Everyone's got a right to live. What does it harm you that they are living their life in a manner that you don't understand? Are they doing anything morally wrong? Are they hurting people? No. They're existing and wanting to be different. They're wanting to feel on the inside, or be what they feel on the inside, I should say. And I can't fault them for that. I've looked at the world through a different lens my entire life. My brain doesn't work like others. Never has, never will. Even when the doctor finally goes ahead and gets me on my meds, I'll never be exactly like the flock, the normal. It is what it is, and it'll be what it'll be. I mean, I don't expect to fight it. I'm not going to fight it. I'm 50. Okay. I'm a couple weeks away from 50. So close enough for government work. I probably don't have a whole hell of a lot of years left ahead of me. Diabetic, laundry list of other health issues. Just yesterday, sitting here in this chair for about half an hour, my heart rate was in the intense range. I was over 160 beats a minute, and I have no idea why, because it's not like I was doing anything. I wasn't watching anything exciting on YouTube. I wasn't playing any exciting games. I hadn't just worked out. I hadn't done anything. I was sitting, and suddenly I was tired. I was drained, and my heart was beating 160 to 180 beats per minute. 169, I believe, was the average for a good portion of that time. It finally calmed down, and I slept a good portion of the evening away because I was tired as all hell. Yeah, it's a weird rambling one today. But I'm not guaranteed a whole hell of a lot of years left with what's going on. I don't think there's enough chemicals to keep around another 50. I don't know if there's enough chemicals to keep me around another 80. But I've lived a life. I've loved. I think I've done my bit to leave the world a little better than I left it. So if I check out on any day coming soon, I'm not going to have any regrets. I am a Christian. I am a believer. Um, I will admit that my view on Christianity does not match a great deal of folks. Um, I do not hunt down the sinners and shame them. Life's too short for that. Plus, as a follower of Christ, hasn't our Lord and Savior, the one we are to emulate, forgiven sin? Doesn't mean I'm going to go out and be an asshole and do a bunch of stuff wrong, but it also means that I can't fault those who aren't harming others. Homosexuality. Well, I view it like coffee. Not my thing. Other people want to do it. Have at it. As long as they're not hurting others. There's so much in this life that we start worrying and bitching about minutia. In the grand scheme of things, is it hurting another? That's why I get along with a lot of pagans and Wiccans and people of all flavors of religion. Because the people that I do associate who do practice these other views other than what I do aren't harming anyone. Sadly, I have to look at other Christians, and they are harming others. Those dumb fucks down in Westboro and all the problems that they were creating, and the fact they're baiting, they're trying to get someone to take a swing so that they can collect a paycheck. People stop swinging. They're no longer in the news. Also, their head pastor had passed away, but there's still so many in that cult. And yes, that is a cult of Christianity. Christianity has just as many cults as anything else in this world. David Koresh technically was Christian, but was a cult. Yeah, I'm wandering all over the place. Late night ruminations, no specific topic. Madman rambling about random shit. But to my fellow Christians, I'm going to get a bit preachy. I'm an ordained minister. I get to do that. To my fellow Christians, Christ absolved us of the law by washing us in his sin, washing away our sin in his blood. I'll get the words right one of these days. It's not like I speak for a living. For the record, I do. Christ absolved us of our breakings of the law by washing away our sins in his blood. That doesn't mean that we're not beholden to the old law, because we are, but we're not strictly beholden to the old law. One thing we need to remember is Christ gave us two of the greatest commandments, one of them being love my Father above all others, and the other, love one another as I love you. The man, according to our mythology, was tortured and died for us. Unconditional love. We owe that unconditional love to every other person we meet in this life. If we are not being understanding, lifting others up, putting our hand out to help those around us, and I'm not saying throwing money at a problem. I'm saying look someone in the eye. How can I help you? $5, I don't think $5 is going to help you right now. Can I get you in touch with my brother-in-law who's hiring for his landscaping business? Are you short on funds? Do you need a ride to social services to get put into a program that can help you get back on your feet? Build those up around us. Don't tear down. Build up. One of my friends says, leave the woodpile a little higher than you left it. I want to say what we need to do is help others build. Show others the way. Don't do it for them. Help them do it, though. Because until we can all get on a level platform, everything is going to be shaky as all hell. Don't destroy others. Don't knock others down. There's no point in it. It's a lot easier to destroy than it is to build. But it's a lot more fulfilling to build than it is to destroy. This world is going to hell in a handbasket because we are not showing each other compassion. We are not showing each other attention. Too often, our noses are stuffed into V's. And I admit, I'm no better than anyone else. There's a lot of times that I'm busy reading something or looking something up instead of paying attention to everyone who's around me to see who is hurting, who can I help, where can I help build. But again, that's part of why I started doing more planning for this channel. It's one of the things behind Late Night Ruminations, and that's one of the things that are going to be addressed in the future videos that I am going to put out that are going to be the pre-recorded type stuff. It's the one way I know to help build others up. Share the knowledge I have. Sometime this year, at least one fiction product of mine will be out. Another way to help build people up is to give them something to escape with. If you're a creator, there's lots of ways you can do that. Do something to help inspire someone. Inspire them by words. Inspire them by acts. Do what you can. I try to be a good man. I don't always succeed, but I try to be a good man. And I'm trying to fight the darkness that is around us. And to do that, I'm basically sitting here rambling into a camera right now. But again, like I said, I'm working on other projects as well, hoping to ignite a spark in the minds and hearts of other people. Will it take hold? Will it fan the flames? Will it ignite a fire that will burn down the structures of hate that surround us and envelop us? I don't know. Shouldn't I try? Shouldn't I do something? This might not succeed. All right. This doesn't succeed. I'll try something else. But that's my thing. Try. Do something within your power to help, to infect others around you with the light and the goodness and the love that is in your heart, that is in all of our hearts. Leave this world better than we found it. It's coming up on my mother's birthday. My mom would have been 79, April 6th. We lost her at 69. Kind of funny. From a 12-year-old mental perspective, which permeates most of my family. February 24th, 2014 is when we lost Mom. We lost Dad last year at the ripe old age of 79. We lost him on September 2nd, 2022. They are together once again. My dad finally went home. He got to be with my mother. They left the world a little better than they found it. They inspired 3 following generations, not just their children, not just their grandchildren, but a fair amount of their great-grandchildren. To fight injustice where they see it. Don't stand still. Look assholes in the eye and tell them they're being assholes. But try to do it in a way that's not going to cause a fight, but a conversation. I'm not going to change your mind by coming at you and yelling at you and screaming at you. I'm not going to come to you with a baseball bat or any other kind of weapon or raise fists and get you to see my way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to inspire you to rise up against a tyrant. There's a lot of tyranny in the world. A lot of tyranny in places that we don't even think to look. And we need to rise up against it. We need to be more. And I keep circling back and coming back to this point, and I'm probably going to belabor it way more than it needs to be, but unfortunately, that's the way my brain works. We need to stop tearing things down. We need to raise things up. We need to love. We need to show one another that we're still human beings. We need to show compassion. We need to show heart. I've studied a lot of religions. And the funny thing is, the major religions that I have studied, all of their basic tenets can be boiled down to don't be a dick. Don't be an asshole. Don't be rude. Don't be crude. Don't do things to hurt. Well, I've rambled for about half an hour. Oh, I guess maybe I'll ramble for a little bit longer. Looks like I got a couple people watching now. Now that I actually look up in the corner and see that a couple folks are watching over on Facebook. We need to be good to one another. We need to stop fighting, to stop arguing. My father, one of the most important things that he taught me: love breeds love and hate breeds hate. The more anger and hatred and vitriol we put out into the world, the more it's going to come back on us. Some of the paganistic religions that I studied when I was trying to find my way, when Christianity pushed me away, is the good that you do will come back on you threefold. The evil that you do will come back on you 1,000-fold. Be good. So, I watch a lot of videos dealing with sovereign citizens and First Amendment auditors and stuff like that. And one thing that they do that just irritates the hell out of me is they read this much of something that's this big, cherry pick out from this much so that it's that much, and then go and try to educate the people, in most cases, law enforcement officers, what the world really is, what the laws really state. Meanwhile, claiming the laws don't apply to them, but the second that they get butthurt about something, crying for the law that they just said doesn't apply to them to apply to them. So, stupidity at its finest. Now, I can deal with ignorance. Ignorance is fine. There's a difference between ignorance and stupidity. Ignorance can be cured. Ignorance is simply the lack of knowledge. Conversations fix ignorance. My job as a trainer is to fix ignorance. Stupidity is willfully ignoring help, education, and resources to go off and do something that is not advantageous to anyone, especially yourself. But it's funny. Every professional goalpost I'd ever set for myself deals a lot with fixing people's stupidity. At one point in time, I wanted to be a firefighter. Well, very often, fires are started from something stupid. And then another point in time, wanted to be a police officer again, people breaking laws and willfully doing something against another person, stupidity. From there, my aspirations changed to wanting to be a psychological profiler for a law enforcement bureau. Again, dealing with the inner workings of the insane mind, the criminal mind, again, doing stupid things against people. Things happened. I had no aspirations for a while. Then came EMS. Again, people doing stupid things against other people or people doing stupid things to themselves, ending up in the vast majority of emergency medical services calls. Here, hold my beer. Y'all gonna watch this shit. Oh, hey, call the ambulance. Dumbass just set himself on fire. So then from there, went into IT as a career aspiration, and I've been in IT ever since. And a good amount of the things I have to deal with are helping people get through ignorance. Some things are helping people get through stupidity. Well, stupid people don't learn. And what I mean by a stupid person on a call versus an ignorant person on the call. An ignorant person on the call is, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. I didn't know that. Thank you. I can learn from that. I can do right from this from here. Now, stupidity, that is going to be, oh, hey, I see what's going on here. You need to reboot your computer. Well, I'm not going to reboot my computer. Okay, well, as soon as you get a chance to reboot your computer, it'll fix the issue. I'm not going to reboot my computer, fix the issue. I can't fix the issue until your computer actually reboots. You see, when you reboot, it'll actually download all these updates and it'll actually fix the bug that you're having. I can't fix that bug without you rebooting your computer. And then it just ends in this godforsaken loop of, well, you got to do X. Well, I'm not going to do X. All right. Well, when you're ready to do X, give me a call back. Well, no, I need this fixed right now. Then you need to do X. And gotta love it, because without these people, I'd be unemployed. In fact, that used to be my toast for years. Here's to stupid people. Without them, I'd be unemployed. I don't think the entirety of the world is stupid. I don't even think the majority of the world is stupid. I think there's a lot of times that each of us do stupid things. I do stupid things. The thing is to pull our heads out of our asses and march on from there. And that's the key. to move on, to advance, to better ourselves, we have to learn. And too many of us don't want to learn. It's too much, or we've got so much on our shoulders, it's not even funny. And we just don't have the energy to learn. And if you are ever in one of those situations in life, and the three of you, well, it was four for a second. So for the few of you who are watching, um, you know how to contact me because you're probably all watching from Facebook. Oh no, I've got one on Twitch, one on Facebook, and one on YouTube. Um, but anyways, if you know me, reach out, talk. I'll listen. I'll do what I can to help. I can't guarantee that I'll solve your issue. Hey Don, how's it going? But still, if you're going through one of those hard times in life, feel free to reach out. I'll listen best I can. How else am I going to help leave the world better than I left it than to be a decent person to those around me? But we are just shy of 45 minutes of me rambling once again, so I will go ahead and actually call it here. The immortal words of Richard D. Asplund Sr. Love breeds love, hate breeds hate. And I just hope I just hope that we can all find light, laughter, hope, and happiness in our lifetime. And I wish you all the light, love, hope, and happiness and laughter that the world is able to provide and more. It's been a week. It's been a really weird week. And I'm going to try, Don. Have a great one. Have a great night to Ted and the furry babies as well as anyone else in the household, because I think you've mentioned there's other people in the household besides just you and Ted. So I hope you all have the best evening, night, morning than that we can get. If you want to see more of my goofiness and stupidity, watch out for HalloCon's Stupid O'Clock and Dan Hollowfield's Last Man Standing on Thursdays and Saturdays. I will pop on randomly throughout the week to give a general maudlin speech like I just did. Sometimes I will actually have a topic in mind, and sometimes I don't. If you are in one of those deep valleys of despair in your life, talk to a professional. Please look back at another one of my live videos that I did, I believe, yesterday. That is a little bit more of a discussion on that topic. It's really not horribly long, but it gives the substance abuse and mental health webpage, and also a reminder. You know what? Actually, let's go ahead and pop that up because I can. So if you are having a dark period in your life and you do need help and you need to seek professional help, but you don't know where to turn to, 988 is the National Mental Health Crisis Lifeline. And then also you can go to https://samhsa.gov for more resources on where to find more help. Do not hurt yourself. Do not hurt others around you. There is help out there. Sometimes you do have to reach a hand out. If you do not want to go to something professional like this, if you are involved in a church, talk to members of your church, maybe your pastor or priest, or whatever your religion has, rabbi as your teacher, your instructor, your leader. Meditate on it, think on it, talk to somebody, be it a professional, be it bartender, what have you, be it a friend. If you don't have somebody to reach out to, feel free to reach out to me and I will see what I can do. I'm not going to guarantee you that I am going to be much of a help of anything other than someone to help carry your burden. And sometimes that's exactly what we need. And that's all we need is someone to help carry the burden. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in and listening to my rambly goofiness. Be free.